did have that question because I've been trying to focus on what to eat. But I read something in the Bible that said, when God, who was on the, I don't want to say the wrong name, was
Peter.
He sit down, animal, and Peter told God, God actually told him.
You know what we want.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I had that question like, God, if God put this animal on earth, do not call it dirty.
Get to the point, but in between the clean and unclean. Read that.
The book of Acts, chapter 10, and verse 25.
Because a lot of people think after Christ's death, all those commandments, like the dietary law, was passed away. All that stuff was passed away. But guess what? Thou shalt not kill, still here. Right. Thou shalt not steal, still here. So guess what? Don't get on the phone. You ask the question.
My mom called me, right?
Okay, your mom called me. All right, okay. Is it?
Verse 12. Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth.
So all manner of four-footed beasts on the earth. That's crap. I mean, that's pork, the pig. That's everything. Everything that's defiled. That's the camel. You can eat that too, right? Everything. Everything's edible. Read on.
And wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Wait, he said, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. So it's everything there. Now let's read on.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord.
He said, Not so, Lord. I know the law. We just read about our forefathers who were willing to die to make sure they didn't eat the undefiled meat. But read on.
For I have
There
never
was a defiled meat. Read on.
For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
So he said, I've never eaten anything unclean in my life. And from the time I've been born, I've been about these laws. Read on.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Now he said, what thou hast cleansed, don't call that uncommon. Now what is it, verse 26?
Hold on. One second.
Okay, yes, sir.
Watch this. Hey, watch this. That's a good question. Watch this. Go to verse, start at 9.
Yes,
when you go back and read this, Acts 10, right? Start at verse 9, right? Watch this. Hey, y'all too, watch this.
Verse 9. On the morrow, as they went on their journey, and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour.
Right, so Peter is a righteous man. He's praying to God, right? You said it. He's on the rooftop. Watch the next verse.
And he became very hungry.
He was hungry, stomach touching his back, as we call it, right?
Bring it out.
And would have eaten. But while they made ready...
While they what?
But while they made ready...
What's that mean? He was hungry. He was on the rooftop while his servants made, or the people around him made ready. What was they making ready? The food.
Right.
Not the pork. Not the pork. He was praying to God.
Right.
I'm hungry. But while I'm waiting on the food to finish, I'm going to go pray. Right? He says, while they made ready. So they was already cooking the food. Right. He went to go pray to the Lord. Mm-hmm. Now when you jump down to the part where you're confused is when God says, rise, kill, and eat. Well, if they're already cooking, they got the pots going, they got the lamb going, they got the bread being made, they got the bitter herb, they got the wine, they got the music. People can sing, because we're Israel, we can sing. They about to get it in, because it's fellowship. If they're making ready the food, read.
He fell into a trance.
Now he fell into a trance. Now, you know how you be standing there, you start daydreaming, right? He fell into that trance at that point. But they were already doing what? The people that was with him was already doing what? Cooking.
Right.
They were already cooking. Right? Read.
And he saw it had been opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners.
Now jump down to 13. Watch this.
Verse 13. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter.
While he's in the trance and he's praying, God opened up the heavens. Right?
Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Uh-huh.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Now, the food is already being prepared. God tells him to rise. Oh, you see all of these four-footed beasts. Rise, go kill it, and then eat it. Why would God, if all food is already being cooked, why would God say go rise something that unclean and start eating it? What would he be doing? Eating what? Would that food be cooked?
No.
It would be eating blood. Yeah. He said rise, kill, and go eat it. Just eat it. He ain't said cook it, nothing. But before that, he said all of this unclean stuff. Why would God's not the author of confusion. If it's righteous stuff being cooked, why would he tell Peter to go kill some unclean stuff and then eat it?
Bring it out.
Because it's not talking about food. It's an allegory. God speaks in allegories, and when you get down in the chapter, read
verse 25.
This whole chapter means. It doesn't mean food. When he says all men, Acts chapter 10. All right, write it down. Acts chapter 10. Read.
Acts chapter 10, verse 25. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter took him up, saying, "Stand up. I myself also am a man."
Right. So now Peter is a southern kingdom. He's from the southern kingdom. Cornelius is from the northern kingdom. Southern kingdom, like the brother was saying earlier, southern kingdom and northern kingdom had a big divide. And we're still divided to this day. Right? You got Hispanics on one side of it. We don't never say, "Oh, Hispanic brother." We always say, "Oh, the white people." We always call them white. They ain't white. They know the kingdom. They speak Spanish. They from one of the islands that we were driven to. Right? So now, Peter, southern kingdom, is talking to Cornelius, northern kingdom.
Right.
He goes down and bows before Peter, because Peter is one of the what? Apostles. Right? So he's like, no. Because Cornelius went and gave his alms. He went to Jerusalem. He knew who the apostles was. That's why he went and bowed down. He said, no, get up, bro. You my brother. You my brother. We on one accord. Get up, talk to me. Read.
And as he talked with him, he went in and found many that were come together. And
Give me what it says, call them. Okay.
And he said to them, "You know how it is unlawful, how it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or to come unto one of another nation."
So Peter is telling Cornelius, "Hey, that vision that I saw, the unclean, I said I ain't gonna eat that. But the vision that God was telling me that Cornelius is gonna come before you. And he's unclean because he's of the northern kingdom. And God says, don't call no man unclean that I call clean." So because Peter was like, yo, he is of northern kingdom. And southern kingdom was like, man, don't deal with them. That's why the woman at the well told Christ, yo, hey, y'all haven't dealt with us since long ago. Really?
But God had showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
So that's the whole chapter. It's not talking about food. God is not the author of confusion. Christ is not the author of confusion. They all on one accord. You
right.
understand that?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom. What is nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word